Hey everyone, Jack Boyles with Steam Engines USA, and today I've got a prototype that I've been working on. This is a Jensen 60S or 6100. I just call it the Jensen S for special. Basically, I took a 60 engine and I've retrofitted it to fit a Jensen 100 workstation. It works actually pretty well, and I just carved in a little Jensen 60S there. I'm going to make a couple versions of these, and maybe I'll inspire you as well to make a couple versions of these. And it runs actually very well. So you can see the hammer on the back side. It actually spins, everything works. I have not run this one off of the burner, but I have run it off of air, and it actually works really well. So it's just something that I've been wanting to do. I thought it'd be really cool. And the way this works, I flopped the drive shaft. So traditionally this is turned around and your pulley is on the right side. And actually, let me get another workstation over here so you can see, you could compare the two. Alright, so in order to make this work, you leave the planer, okay, so those stay. The drill press, actually let's turn it around, drill press stays, and then the hammer, we move the hammer over here, and then we move this one over here where the hammer's at. So we flop these two. So these are flopped, and I actually utilize the same hole there best as I could. Or actually I think right here is where I utilize the holes. But when you flip the drive shaft, alright, all of these will actually line back up, except for these two on the end. So I'll let you take a gander at that. Just take a look at that. So we flop these, and this one was on this inside pulley. So I left, when I flopped the hammer over here, I put it on the inside pulley. And then when we spun this one around, I used it on the outside pulley, which would actually be this one. So yeah, so take a look at that. If that's something that you would like to make your own version of a Jensen S 100. I'd love to see them. I did have to hollow out, cut out in the wood so that the flywheel was recessed. On my next versions, I'm actually going to get a tool and cut this out so it looks really good. And then I think I'm going to move my label over here to this side, right there. But it actually, I mean, turned out really nice. And it didn't require a whole lot of effort, and it didn't require a whole lot of extra skills to do this. The next one I do, I'm actually going to sand the board down so there's no discoloration. And I might actually just use a brand new board and put all the tools using this one as a go-by. So, alright, so we're going to fire it up. I'll take the pop-up valve out and just put a little airline on it and see what we get. Alright, so we'll go add a little bit of air and get it going. We got it going pretty good there. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so there you go. Pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat. So I'll take that out. I need to get me a better vent there, or a little adapter to put the air on these Jensens. I just have to, right now, just make do with a little plastic end with some tape around it and shove it down in there. But anyway, there you have it. Pretty nice little Jensen toy. I think it's really cool. So I've had this on my mind for a while, quite some time actually, and I wasn't sure exactly how to do it, but I am really happy with the way it turned out. Right now I've got these little metal tabs just holding the firebox down to the board. I'm actually gonna get some on the other later prototypes. I'm gonna attach it a little bit differently, and I've also looked at raising the steam engine base and the boiler up off the wood base with another block. So it would be raising this up, and there would be a little section, little break between these two pieces, and have this elevated on a wooden base so that you don't have to cut into the wood base on this 100 workstation. So it would also level this a little bit, so it would basically bump it up so the top of the flywheel would be a little bit higher. So I'm going to play around with that. That may be the next prototype you see, is actually raising all this up just a little bit. I do like the layout of the tools. You got your planer saw, drill press, lathe, and hammer. I took off the saw, which is just as well, so you end up with that little extra saw. You could, in theory, try to mount the saw over here. I actually looked at doing it. It would actually mount right here. It would go right there, and you can run it off of, like I said, it'd be more like about right there. So you could actually run all the tools. It would line up between those two pulleys if you wanted to do that. And it wouldn't look bad. It just seemed a little cluttered for me, so I just took it off. You could move the tools around in a different fashion, but this worked out. I like it. It's clean looking, so I'm pretty happy with it. So in the comment section down below. Tell me what you think. The Jensen 60S 100 workstation. It's actually so far one of my favorite Jensen toys. And the cool thing about it is you can put air on it and it'll sit here and just run the toys. So great little toy to have at shows where kids are coming up and looking at your setup, and just super easy to run. And the cool thing I like about it even more is a lot of folks, they don't really, I guess, necessarily like the 60s. I mean, I like all the Jensens, but it's not a very popular one. A lot of people like the 75 or the 25. But here, I think this is a great little toy when combining the 100 and a 60. And you could, in theory, look at putting a bigger Jensen on this base, but it just takes up a lot of room. So you could pretty much do it without the smokestack. You could take the smokestack and smokestack base off and put a full size, say like a 25 on there, and I think that would work. And I've actually got enough parts and pieces that I may give that a shot on a prototype too. So yeah, this is my prototype number 1, Jensen 60S. So from Steam Engines USA in High Point, North Carolina. Thanks for watching.